chocolate with Vita-Rich Plus Iron.
Dangote cement aláràgbà ìdá tún ti gbára mi dé o ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ndúgbẹ̀. Ìpele kìíní bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ra Dangote cement ni ẹ máa wọnú àpò ká ẹ jẹ̀bùn falafolo. Ìpele kejì láti ṣàkọ́tọ̀ Dangote pẹ̀lú alifábẹ́ẹ̀tì tẹ́ ẹ bá bánú àpò cement tẹ́ ẹ bá rà kẹ́ ẹ sáré jìfà mílíọ̀nù kan náírà. Ìpele kẹta lolúborí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó gbọ́mọpọ̀n níbi tẹ́ ti ṣàkọ́tọ̀ alifábẹ́ẹ̀tì Dangote ṣùgbọ́n alifábẹ́ẹ̀tì kan ó gbọ́dọ̀ lámì ẹ̀yẹ àṣà Dangote lórí tẹ́ fi jẹ mílíọ̀nù 5 náírà. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ 5 oṣù keje títí dọjọ́ 21 oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2022. Àdéhùn àtàsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ń bẹ o. Dangote cement kílí ó dúró digbí.
In my 25 years of practice as an obstetrician, I get asked a lot of questions from expectant and pregnant mothers. One regular question is, what supplement is good for me and my baby during pregnancy? I always recommend Oberon 6 because of the positive feedback I've gotten from my patients over the years. Oberon 6 contains essential minerals and vitamins necessary for the healthy development of baby and mother before, during, and after pregnancy. Give you and your baby the nutrients you deserve with Oberon 6. Oberon 6. Healthy mother, healthier baby.
Splash FM 105.5.
Time to talk about sports.
Let's talk sport.
Let's talk sport.
On Sportbet. Only on Splash. 105.5 FM.
zijn wij een groot gezin. Met goud zijn wij geprezen. Nederland, oh Nederland, jij bent een kampioen. Wij houden van Oranje, ons zijn daar.
Okay, let's get going this wonderful Friday morning on the Integrity Station, Splash 105.5 FM. We're broadcasting from the White House building, Felele, in the city of Ibadan. It feels good to be here again this fantastic Friday morning, the 23rd day in the month of September, year 2023. 2022. Wait. What do I have at stake? Why am I saying 2023? Okay, 23rd of September 2022. That's the date, at least for now. Good morning to you, wonderful people. Thank you so much for joining us, for tuning in, and of course for logging in. If you're watching on our Facebook fan page, we say thank you, and we invite you to join our online community by going straight to Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan on Facebook. Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan. If you want to log in for the first time, www.facebook.com/Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan is the ID, and of course we can do this together again. My name is Tunde Olawuwo. You're welcome on board Sports Bank, where we bring you the best and the latest in the world of sports. And because it's a Friday, it's a fantastic one. It's special. We make winners out of you. For those who have been listening, taking notes with rapt attention and ready to win this morning. So on our Facebook fan page, you have this teaser for you that we'd like you to try your hands. So what have we got? I've previously played with Victor Moses on 2 different teams, and I've played at 1 senior FIFA World Cup tournament. I've also won the EPL and FA Cup titles on 1 occasion each. So, I hope you're not confused about this. Who's this mystery figure? Because I'm also trying to figure out myself. I know you won't believe that, right? I've previously played with Victor Moses on 2 different teams, and I've played at 1 senior FIFA World Cup tournament. I've also won the EPL and FA Cup titles on 1 occasion each. So who am I? Let us know who you think this person is. Remember, the fastest to get it right walks away with 5,000 naira this morning. And of course, at the appropriate time, the phone line to be open for you to join and pick a number. And then you'll be good to go. So this morning, we have stories coming through from the world of tennis, basketball, boxing. I mean, it's international break. We have upon us, and Nigeria, just like so many other countries, will be in action. So how are we shaping up for this one? You will get to know about this and more on Sports Bank today. I'm not riding alone. I have Blessing Forward, and together we'll serve you the best. Blessing, how are you?
I'm fine, Tunde. Good morning to you. Good morning to listeners. Great to be back here again on Sports Bank, Super Friday morning, winning Friday edition of the show. The international break is well and truly underway, and we saw that with some of the games and results that we saw from yesterday, and we're really counting down to see Nigeria take to the field as well. And I said something on Wednesday. I said it's so sad that Nigeria has become a sparring partner. The Super Eagles of Nigeria has become sparring partners for teams who are very serious about preparing for the World Cup, who are going to the World Cup. It's so sad that that's the condition that we found ourselves after failing to qualify. Useful to ourselves or useful to them? Well, we are a sparring partner. That's honestly, that's how it looks like at the moment.
We're preparing for Nations Cup qualifiers.
Okay, but the World Cup should be the prestigious.
Yes, we are not going to the World Cup.
So yeah, you understand what I mean by we are sparring partners to the teams that are going to the World Cup. Okay. It hurts more.
We are being used as a tune-up.
You get it. So that's why it hurts me a bit more now at this point, seeing that we are not going to the World Cup.
Don't worry, you can keep the feelings for now. Wait until the 20th of November. When the World Cup is.
Then it sinks deeper.
Yes. Nothing beats the feeling of a World Cup.
I know, right?
I mean, you can imagine what would have happened now. A lot of travel plans. Sponsorship everywhere, endorsements, businesses all around. But then again, the Black Stars of Ghana denied us, or maybe we denied ourselves.
We denied ourselves, really, honestly. We denied ourselves.
But they are responsible for us not going.
Yeah, but we could have. We had everything in our arsenal to have done better.
They wanted to go as well.
They wanted it. They wanted it bad.
On both legs.
Yeah, I mean, talk about who wanted it the most, and it shows that Ghana wanted it the most, more than we did.
They were just better than us.
Yeah, they wanted it more than us.
There will always be one winner. Blessing. Where is the spirit of sportsmanship?
Yeah, I know there will always be one winner, but it's just so hurtful and painful that at this point we should be planning about packing our bags to go to Qatar for the World Cup. But here we are, playing tune-up games.
Well, the best from the continent will be representing us in Qatar 2022. Let's start on this note of tennis. Roger Federer's final match will see him play alongside old rival Rafael Nadal in the Lever Cup doubles. Today, the pair will represent Team Europe against Team World, Jack Sock and Francis Tiafoe at London's O2 Arena. Before that match, Andy Murray will start the evening session in singles against Alex de Minaur. Federer, a 20-time Grand Slam winner, said last week he would retire at the team event, which starts today. The 41-year-old Swiss said it would be wonderful to play alongside Spaniard Nadal, who has 22 major titles. Nadal said he was looking forward to an unforgettable match with his rival against the American duo. US Open semi-finalist Tiafoe says it will be a special night playing against Federer in the final match of his career. I think once Federer retires, I will start to love Nadal again.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say you're going to love Novak Djokovic, because many people do not take to
I never
Nadal.
stopped loving Djokovic.
Okay.
But you know my feelings for Nadal.
Okay, I understand.
And there's a reason for that.
I understand. I know why.
You can't love Federer and love Nadal.
Well, Well, seeing that I love Nadal myself, so maybe yes, I understand. But it's great to see that he will be ending his career at a tournament which he started in. Let me put it that way. It's an exhibition tournament. It's not as if there are ranking points attached to the tournament. But seeing that he decided, you know what, I'm done, and then doing it at the Lava Cup, an event which is his brainchild, I think it's brilliant. Seeing that and then calling on board the best of the best, as the case may be, his friend, particularly in Rafael Nadal, also seeing that Novak Djokovic is there, and Murray also there as well. I think it's just so interesting that these guys get to witness the last days, quote unquote, of Roger Federer in active tennis.
Okay, so very soon we'll be talking about a post-Federer tennis.
Yes, a post-Federer, a post-Serena Williams tennis. I mean, I can't imagine what tennis would be without these two guys, these two players who have, they gave their all. I mean, they basically changed the face of the game.
That 2022 will be the year that Federer and tennis will call, Federer and Serena will call it quits. Are we still in for possibly another shock before the end of the year?
Before the end of the year, in the world of sports generally, in terms of retirement, I think the only shock that I think might happen, what I would love to see at this point, is maybe Tom Brady retiring yet again. And that is because this man has announced that he's retiring, he's come back from retirement, announced he's done, he's coming back again. And this time around that he's back to the game, he's beginning to feel the pangs of his age. Like, missing out on training camps for 10, 11, 15 days, and then reporters are asking him what's going on, and the only answer he can give is, when you're over 40, there are certain things that your body can't do. I mean, if you know your body is beginning to tell,
like Serena,
exactly, your body is beginning to tell up on you that maybe you should just leave the sport for good, But I think for him, it's just about planning for life after retirement. I mean, there's always that withdrawal symptoms, quote unquote. I mean, you don't immediately know what you want to do, being in that situation. But I just hope that, of course, I know the game is in good hands. I'm talking of sports generally, and tennis in this case, I'm very, very sure it's in good hands. The hands of Federer, Novak Djokovic, the hands of Rafael Nadal. Not even that again, the hands of the young up and coming, the Carlos Alcaraz of this world, the Daniil Medvedev as well, Matteo Berrettini. But
do you see a possibility of maybe Serena and Federer
returning
history at some point and say, well, we missed tennis, want to come back?
For Federer says, for him, it's done. Like, it's not as if he's going to stay away from the game, but it's not just going to be on tour playing actively, but he's always going to be involved in the game one way or the other. But Serena has been very vague. She'll come again, and she was on Jimmy Fallon a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying, maybe I could try the Australian Open. It's just there and there, but I do not think that she will return to the game. I think she's done.
Okay, blessing things. Serena is done, just like Federer. Okay, so let's move on to something different. In the world of the NBA, the Boston Celtics have suspended coach Ime Udoka for the 2022-2023 season. The team announced this on Thursday night. The team cited violations of team policies in its announcement. Udoka had an improper, intimate and consensual relationship with a female member of the franchise's staff. The suspension is effective immediately, and a decision about Udoka's future with the organization will be made later. Okay, now this is quite serious.
It is a serious situation for me.
The thing is that it's consensual. So it runs against their policy.
Exactly. So it is intimate, it is improper, but it is consensual, meaning that these were two adults who went into that situation knowing full well what exactly they were doing. So if it is consensual, people would ask and wonder, why then is it being sanctioned? Why then is it getting sanctioned?
It is not being treated as a criminal case.
Exactly. It is against company policy. The policy at Boston Celtics is that a coach, any of their staff cannot have sexual, relationship with any of the female staff. It's against company policy. And then that's why...
What if it goes on to challenge this in courts? That, look, this infringes on my rights.
I don't believe he's going to do that because when you're coming on job, you know what's obtainable on the job. I'm very sure they must have read the code of conduct of the company to him.
Those policies can also be challenged in court. That's draconian. I mean, it denies me of my rights.
No, I do not agree in this situation because I felt like...
No, we're not the judge. We're just talking about the possibility of him maybe going to court.
No, but I do not think he's going to do that.
Test something.
I do not think it's going to do that. While I think the punishment is a bit harsh, I thought it was too much for something that is consensual, meaning that no one forced anyone. Both of them knew exactly what they were doing
for an entire season.
In the process. For an entire season. And that is not even enough. I'm hearing that he could also be sacked. There's an option of sack on the table for him right now. So I think for me, the person that is most answerable to, that Ime Udoka is most answerable to at this point, is his family. He is in a long-term relationship with the actress Nia Long. In fact, they met in 2010, had a baby in 2011, got engaged in 2015. They've been engaged in 2015, but not married. So if he has any explanation to give to anyone, definitely it's to Nia Long. And he has also come out to apologize. Of course, of course, to his fans as well, to his players because he had a very good breakout year as a coach, because I was so looking forward to the follow-up that would come up this season. It took over at the start of last season for Boston Celtics, and when they got to January this year, the fortunes of the team drastically changed. So much that they went, I think, 28-7 in their last 35 games of the season, and that propelled them to get into the NBA playoffs, which also got them into the finals for the first time in over 12 years. I mean, for someone to do that in his first year as a manager, it showed that he has something inside of him that is so unique, that as a coach, I mean, being a disciple of the great Greg Popovich, as a matter of fact, Becky Hammond, of course, another disciple, has gone on to win the title for the first time with the Las Vegas Aces. So I thought he had so much inside of him to give, but being embroiled in a situation like this, it's so disappointing on the part of Ime Udoka. But I thought the punishment was a bit harsh, but then it is complaint policy. But I hope he learns from that.
Well, he's apologized, but I think where we'll take it from is that hopefully learns from this.
Yes.
The Celtics, in the meantime, have made assistant coach Joe Mazzulla the interim head coach. And on to boxing, Tyson Fury's promoter Frank Warren has provided the latest updates on the highly anticipated all-British super fight between British-Nigerian Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Warren told newsmen that he remains optimistic about the fight happening on December the 3rd, despite a deal still not being signed. Warren's team sent a contract over to Joshua's representative last week, and they are currently reviewing them, with no further progress made as of now. And right here, Super Eagles head coach Joseph Pesero has stressed that he hopes to win the 2023 African Cup of Nations for Nigeria, even though it's going to happen in 2024. The next edition of the AFCON is built to hold in Cote d'Ivoire. The Portuguese tactician has promised to bring smiles to the faces of Nigerians by winning the long-coveted trophy after the trophy last won it in 2013 under the guidance of now late Stephen Keshi. Well, let's hope that you'll be able to deliver on this. The 62-year-old also gave an update on the injury to Leicester City midfielder Wilfred Ndidi after the player was ruled out of Nigeria's international friendly against Algeria.
Didi. Okay. Didi. Okay. When he comes, I give one relationship with all the staff, our players. The fitness coach from Leicester sent for our fitness coach one message that guy, we have that connection with them. That he complained in the last match. He did a training without intensity. He did a small training, but with conditioning. But he feels something in the hamstring. He did one MRI yesterday. I think it's better don't use them. Okay, it's possible. It's not danger, but I don't go to use one player in the friendly match if he can get more injured. For that, he come back to Leicester today for recover faster there.
Super Eagles coach Jose Pesaro speaking to the media on this particular injury. According to a tweet from the NFF, the 25-year-old midfielder picked up an injury in training with the Eagles on Wednesday and has since returned back to his base in England for proper medications. Meanwhile, an African team will break the World Cup semi-finals barrier if the continent places more faith in its own coaches. That's according to Africa's most decorated club coach, Peter Mosimane. For the first time since the World Cup started in 1930, there will be an all-African coaching cast for teams from the continent at the global finals in Qatar. And this is such a big deal. The appointment of Walid Regragui as Morocco manager last month to replace Vahid Ali Odzic means all 5 African qualifiers will be handled by a local coach, barring any sudden change of heart by football federations. The former Wydad Casablanca boss joined Tunisia's Jalil Kadri and former internationals Otto Addo of Ghana, Aliou Cissé of Senegal, and Rigobert Song of Cameroon as preparations for the tournament intensify with friendlies. I mean, this is such a commendable one. That
Yes.
for the first time,
Yes.
we have 5 African countries going to the World Cup, all of
With
them
African coaches.
with local coaches.
Yes, but then does that guarantee success at
The ones we
World
had
Cup?
earlier didn't guarantee success.
Yeah, it didn't. But
We didn't even achieve semi-finals when we
granted,
hosted.
I agree.
in South
But
Africa.
the big question is, this time around, does it guarantee success? Because it's not just about having African coaches. Yeah, I understand where Musimani is coming from. Having the trust of having these African coaches in charge simply means that we kind of trust them to help bring success to their teams. But then the question is, does he in fact guarantee success?
But look at it
going
this
by
way.
the quality of players, teams that they will
The
facing at the World
Europeans
Cup.
wouldn't trust you with
As
their
an
jobs.
African.
Yes.
If there's an African who is good enough as a very, very top coach, I'm very sure you would command jobs outside of Africa.
You think we've not had anyone good enough?
Good enough to the level of a Jose Mourinho, good enough to the level of a Didier Deschamps.
You wouldn't know if you are not given an opportunity.
So, okay.
In the EPL, they hardly even give, black managers, even those who are not Africans.
Granted, but
opportunity.
with
if you don't
little
try them
chance-
out, how would you know?
Indeed, I know. You see, I understand where you're coming from. The fact that some of these
Little
black
chance-
coaches
they're
haven't
not
had
getting chances
Yes,
at
they're
all.
not, which is down to us as Africans, down to the nations, the federations of each of the African teams.
How is it down to
Because
us?
we've always run after
No,
foreign coaches.
I'm talking about, Europeans, the South Americans, they won't trust you. So you also don't want your people to trust their managers?
No, I'm not saying don't trust your manager. What I'm saying is that if
That's
we had
what
been,
Peter is saying,
if
trust
we had
them.
been if we have been giving them chances since
not
time
been giving them.
immemorial. If we have been giving them chances since time immemorial, we would have gotten to the point where we would have had an African coach who may be able to command a better job, a very good job outside of the shores of Africa. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's what he's asking
but
for.
yes, we can begin to.
So
do
it's
that
not
now.
a matter of them not being good enough.
Yes,
they are not getting,
they're
the,
not
chances.
getting the chances. But what I'm now saying is that beyond having African coaches at the World Cup this year, what exactly are the things that the federations are also doing to ensure that African teams record success at the World Cup? That's what I'm saying. It's not just about having African coaches. It's a very good step. We have African coaches. It means that we trust them.
So what else do you need?
What's the organization like? We have to start asking ourselves that question. What's the preparation like? Your preparation, does it compare to the kind of preparation you see a team like Brazil having, or a team like Italy?
But they are having it. They are
like the French national team, the kind of preparation that they're having. They are playing friendlies, yes. What is the quality of the friendly? See, the preparation is
some
also
of them
key.
are playing Nigeria.
Let's
Let's quickly go on this break for the Premier League update. We'll be back to take your calls. Remember, our teasers still on the Facebook fan page asking you, who's this guy who previously played with Victor Moses on 2 different teams and also had played at 1 senior FIFA World Cup tournament. He also won the EPL and FA Cup titles. We'll be back after this. The Premier League update is up next.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Chris Coles at the BBC Sports Centre. Manchester City midfielder Kevin De Bruyne was at his masterful best for Belgium as they beat Wales 2-1 in the Nations League. He scored and assisted former Chelsea striker Michy Batshuayi in Brussels. Meanwhile, Newcastle United's record signing Alexander Isak has withdrawn from the Sweden squad because of injury. He'll now miss their games against Serbia and Slovenia. Newcastle are already dealing with injuries in recent weeks to winger Alan Saint-Maximin and midfielder Bruno Guimaraes. Tottenham Hotspur and England captain Harry Kane will wear a One Love armband for the team's Nation League games and at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The Netherlands began the One Love campaign prior to Euro 2020, promoting diversity and inclusion and as a message against discrimination. Kane says it's an important message.
Look, I feel it's a gesture that, showcases what we want to show on a world stage by being on the top, obviously on the arm. I think there's always going to be an argument for not doing enough or doing too little, but I think that we've come together with the FA and the other nations and trying to make an impact in any way that we can.
England, meanwhile, take on Italy on Friday night with Brentford striker Ivan Toney hoping to make his debut.
This is my opportunity now. I've got to take it with both hands, and I'm excited. Also, I'm confident for it, and I'm very hungry. I've been working for this moment, and here it is now, so I'm not going to let it go by me.
And former captain Mark Noble will return to West Ham United as the club's sporting director. He ended his playing career this summer, making 550 appearances for the Hammers. The 35-year-old will take up the newly created role in January, working with manager David Moyes and the club's board of directors across all aspects of its football operation. For more football news from the BBC, just head to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League.
Great to have you back on Sports Bang this morning. Quickly, straight to our Facebook fan page. Crede James. Okay, I'm trying to check the first person. Lukman Oladimeji. Good morning to you. Shitu Toib is saying Daniel Storage. Samuel Aworinde, Asmia Begovic, Rashid Anelka. I say,
Rashid is
I don't understand.
Is that the name of a player?
Dewale Bakari, blessing, when you were shouting Sakro, you don't know.
Is that why we are staring? What's to say Rowe would have qualified for the World Cup?
That's the issue.
It's not certain.
That's an issue for another day, please, guys. Well, we do have a winner because of our time.
Yes, we do.
Many people got it right, but of course, one person submitted first.
In fact, much longer than others began to catch up to the answer. The answer is Esmer Begovic, and the winner is Samuel Ayorinde. Begovic played with Victor Moses at Stoke City and also at Chelsea. So, Begovic is the answer. Samuel Ayorinde is our winner this morning.
So, Samuel, please reach out. I know you've won before, so you know the drill. Let's see, maybe 1, 2 calls if we can. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yes, we had Samuel winning 5K on Facebook. Are you ready?
Let me be the second winner.
Okay, you want
I like
to.
this energy.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Deji Latif for me for.
Number what? Deji Latif.
Number 1.
Number 1. How many times have Unilorin hosted the National Youth Games? University of Ilorin, that's what I meant.
Wow.
4 times.
4 times. Is that your answer?
No, I just, yeah.
Okay, so it's just a guess, right?
Yes.
Well, you're close.
You're very close. Sorry.
But that's not correct. 5 consecutive times they've hosted. Thank you for calling. Just one. Let's do just this one. Just this one. I'm looking for a winner this morning. Hello? Hello? Hey, guys. Hello? Hello, good morning. Wow. Blessing.
Oh.
What did you do?
I want one more. I'm hoping we'll have one more winner, really.
Well, we have to go now. I mean, Josh has been far too kind, so lenient with his time. Hello, good morning.
Finally.
Okay,
morning.
Finally. Good morning. Quickly. Let's do this.
Number 1.
Number 1 is taken.
Number 2.
Okay, your name first.
Aoyemi Samson.
Aoyemi Samson, number 2. How many appearances does Ivan Toney have for the England national team?
How many what?
Appearances does Ivan Toney have for the England national team?
Oh.
The simplest question.
7. Is that supposed to be a guess or what?
A guess.
Sorry.
Please. The answer is 0. He just earned his first call-up, becoming the first Brentford player to receive a call-up in 83 years. Well, I don't think we can do more than this. Blessing forward. Thank you.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Yes. Josh, thank you so much. We'll be back here tomorrow at 12:30 on the program World Sports. Thank you for listening. My name is Tunde Olawuwo. Bye-bye.
Splash FM 105.5.
What's up, beautiful people? I trust that wherever you're listening to me right now, you're feeling good. I have news for you. And trust me, it's going to make you feel even better.